Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to be running you through a two-stage golfing warm-up. We had a patient message in and ask for a mobility drill, kind of warm-up activity sequence that we could use to prime the body for what the motion patterns we need to go through when we're golfing. So I do like to break this down into two different stages. Stage one, if you want to, you need to be laying down for this. So you've got two options. You can do it at home before you kind of get in the car and drive out there, or if you've got any kind of a yoga mat or something that you can put down, you could go through this once you get out there, which would be a little bit better, but I understand if you don't want to be laying around, rolling around on the dirt. So totally up to you on this, but I do want to go through the rotation of the hips and lumbar spine in a lying down position. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay down on our back. Our feet are wide apart, and then the trunk is going to stay relatively stable. And as I rotate side to side, this hip is dipping in, and this one is falling out. And then we reverse that. And we go back and forth like this, and you just want to hold for a deep breath in and out in each position. And we're going to go back and forth to 10 times to each side. Then we're going to bring our legs together, and now this is a lumbar, this is a trunk rotation. So as you let them fall out to the side, you're breathing in, and everything is relaxed. And then you're going to blow the air out, draw your belly button towards your spine as you rotate back up into the center. Breathing in, I'm falling down to the side, everything's relaxed. Pull the belly button, pull the low back down towards the table, blow the air out, and then breathing in again on the way down. And we're going to get 10 times to each side like that as well, okay? So that warms up your hips and your low back, which are two of the main factors that we need for the golf swing. I do want to get your glutes turned on in this position as well. A big mechanical advantage in a golf swing is being able to create power through your hips. So in doing that, we want to get your glutes turned on. So what we're going to be doing is laying down again, face up, and we get a little bit of extra mobility benefit with this as well. But as I bring one knee up to my chest, I'm going to push into the table with the other glute. And then I'm going, just making that all one big motion. So I'm lifting myself up into a bridge as I march and bring one knee up. 10 times each side here. And you're trying to not let the pelvis deviate side to side as I lift. I don't want to come up and then have my pelvis drop, because I'm not activating my core good if I'm doing that. So I want to keep this stable. March and hold. March and hold. So those are the three that I want to be done in a laying down position. That can be at home before you go, or it can be once you get out there. And then I've got three more that we're going to do once we get out there, or again, just in a different position that work on some different components of the movement. So part two of the golf warm-up, we've got some kind of an elevated surface. This could be a bench, it could be a chair, it could be the tailgate or bed of an SUV or truck, and we just need something to kind of hold ourselves up off the ground a little bit. And we're going to start in a plank position. So we're starting here, our hands are on that elevated surface. We're going to take a big step forward and kind of sink down into this lunge position. Move your hands a little closer to midline, and then from here, you're working on slow rotations in each direction. And I want you to kind of think about rotating up and holding for a deep breath in and out, and then come back down. And if you want to, you can start to speed these up a little bit as you go, kind of getting ready for that more ballistic movement of the golf swing. But we're going to get 8 times each way, then we'll come back into the plank, switch our feet, and we'll get 8 more repetitions to each side. From there, we're going to go back into our plank. And this is going to be kind of a transition into a pike position, or almost like an elevated downward dog. So we're in this normal plank position. We're going to push our hips back toward the wall behind us. Our heels, my heels are reaching toward the floor. My hips are reaching back toward the wall behind me. Holding for a deep breath in and out, and then I come back down to my plank position. I'm going to push with my hands and pull away with my stomach. So all of a sudden I'm here, and it's like I'm pulling my stomach back to the wall behind me. Reach, you should feel a good stretch all the way down the back of both your legs, and then come back forward. Push back,
Now, if you had like a large coffee on the way and you're just feeling like you want to get out some extra energy and get a little bit more warm up, add a push-up. So you're here and reach back, and then come back and reach back. And that's just kind of a bonus. That gets your shoulders a little bit more warmed up as well. So 12 to 15 reps there, whatever you feel like you need, but you should start to feel that tightness in the back of the legs get a little bit less and less as you go. And then the last thing we're going to roll through is a glute stretch for the back of the hips. So with this, I want you to think about crossing one leg up and over the other. Now when you do this, it kind of rolls your trunk back. I want you to grab your shin and then really bring yourself up into a full upright sitting position. And you probably are going to already feel like a back pocket stretch with that. This is the muscle that we're aiming for, but just rolling from this back position that we fall into to a really good upright sitting position. Lift your chest up, and then we're going to kind of pull our chest out towards the wall in front of us, and you can start to hinge down from the waist, but I don't want you to roll down from the trunk. So you're here, and you can kind of pull yourself forward. I'll show you what this looks like from the other side. I fall into that position, real tall posture, and I start to hinge myself forward. And that should feel like a really good stretch. And then from there, grab a golf club or pack a PVC pipe, which is always a great move. And then I just want you to get like 15 to 20 squats to that surface to just kind of get some synovial fluid release, lubricate those joints, and just get all the connective tissues a little bit more warmed up. And to me, that's a really good kind of two-part warm-up. So what was that, 5 or 6 exercises real quick? Shouldn't take you very long, but it really primes the body well for the movements that you're going to be going through within your golf swing and just within the day. So I hope this was helpful. If you have specific mobility restrictions, maybe this didn't hit your specific thing, feel free to message us in, and I can kind of customize that mobility routine a little bit more for you. But it's just a general warm-up to kind of, prime your body, loosen up everything that needs to be loose from the hips and low back and connective tissues for your golf game. I think this should do a pretty good job of it. Try it out and let us know what you think, okay? Thanks.